Hello everyone, it's your North Texas Fossil Dude here. I am going to be out at the river. I haven't been out here in a while. Last weekend I went out with a buddy. We went down towards Waco. Found some really cool tellurites. Doing some cleanup work on those and so forth. Figured I'd come back out here. Haven't been out here in a while. Hasn't really rained, so I'm not sure if we're going to be able to find a whole lot. But I'm gonna hike up quite a ways. Try to get where some people haven't been. If not, we'll get creative and see what we can find looking in some other areas. So let's get to hunting. All right, everyone, we're gonna give this one a shot here. It looks pretty promising. I'm not really sure if it's gonna be a bone or not. Well, it's definitely a bone. It's looks like part of a vertebrae. Wow, that thing is really beat up. Yeah, definitely a vertebrae. So there's still stuff out here to be found. Like I said, that's the one thing about this river that is really cool. Even though it's been heavily picked over, there hasn't been a lot of rain, there's still stuff out here. So I would say I'd wash it up and let you take a look at it, but right now there's no water around. So once I find some water, maybe I'll wash it up and let you get a better look. All right, so it's been quite a ways. Just finding the normal stuff, you know, clam by half pieces and baculite pieces and stuff like that. And then haven't really found any ammonite pieces until this one right here. This one's got some nice suture patterns on it. So I'm going to go ahead and take that one home, add it to the collection. I like actually where you see this is where it was connected at one point in time. To the next piece, so that's really cool. So I'm going to take that with me. I didn't wash up the bone piece I found. That's the last thing I found really worth mentioning, due to the fact that the water is just cold. So I'm going to put this in the backpack and I'm going to keep looking. Well, hey everyone, the wind seems to be picking up here a little bit, so I'm going to probably start heading back. Doesn't look like it's going to clear up any, but I don't know if you can see it. Can you see what I'm looking at? It's right here. Hey, gastropod or snell. That's the steinkern. That's the casting of it. So on the day when I haven't found a whole lot, it's good to see this. Now, you know, I would probably pick it up anyways because I do like these. I have quite a collection going. I need to actually go through it. So, still going to head back. Of course, I'm going to look on the way. Maybe we'll get lucky and find some stuff. Well, we're right there by that rock. Walked a few feet. Kind of looked down. Here's a piece of bone. It looks like a vertebrae. Really beat up piece of bone, piece of a vertebrae. Does look pretty cool though. I'll add it to my collection. So just a few feet away from the other piece, I'll show you what a vertebrae really looks like. This is probably from a cow. Rather large, but that's a modern vertebrae right there. So that's what they actually look like when they're inside the animal. This normally right here has a long piece that sticks out of it. Actually, I think that's pretty cool looking. I might just take that with me, just to have. You don't see those too often out here. I mean, I find bits and pieces of modern bone all the time, but this is a rather nice find, so it's pretty whole. It was actually in that hole, just a little piece of it was sticking up, just this little white piece. That little white piece right there was sticking up out of the ground. So I'll probably take that back with me, clean it up, put it on the shelf. That way everybody can see what they look like when they're looking at one of the fossils, what a modern one looks like. Well, I'm still on my way back. Maybe I should start saying I'm on my way back more often because I seem to be finding a few things on my way back. Can you see it? It's broken, but that's a fish vertebrae. More than likely that long X name that I cannot pronounce for anything, but it's really fragile, so I'm gonna stick it in something that'll keep it good. I will keep looking. I'm still heading back. Sorry, I get sidetracked sometimes. I was looking at something else. So this is a nice find. It'll match the 3 pieces about the same size I believe I have already. I'll add it to that. So we'll get it cleaned up and look at it a little bit closer when we get it home. All right, I'm still heading back, and saw this gem sitting right there. That is a gastropod. Let's see how good shape it is in. Well, it's pretty beat up. That's a shame too. That was a good size one right there. Too bad it couldn't be a little bit better, but that's all right. Still a fossil. Still about 90 to 110 million years old. It was in the ground. Got fossilized, and here I am picking it up. Needless to say, I've been through this area quite a bit and still finding stuff. So I'm actually looking at this right here as I'm talking to you. Let's see what this is right here. That is a baculite piece. Really beat up. I've got plenty of these at home. I'll leave that for somebody else to get. You know what? Second thought, nah. I'll probably take it home with me. Although it doesn't have a lot of, it's been through the ringer. Nope, I'll just leave it here. Maybe somebody else will come by and want to pick that up. So, all right, I'm going to keep looking. Still heading back. And I'm going to keep saying heading back because it seems to be paying off. So I'm still making the trek back. And this is a bone. I have no idea what that is, where it came from, but that is definitely a piece of a bone. So I'll see if I can figure out what that is when I start doing the, when I get home and clean everything up. But that is really cool looking. Too bad it's not a big tooth, right? But it's not. So, well, let's clean it up when we get home. We'll take a look at it there. Maybe I can figure it out what it is before then. So I've made it about halfway back. I'm still kind of looking through everything. A lot of material and stuff like that. I did find another gastropod or snail steinkern, and I did find a piece of a jawbone with a piece of a tooth in it that I'll show later, and a little interesting vertebrae. I was trying to save my camera space, but I don't know. Can you see it? It's right in the middle of the screen, just sitting there. Didn't touch it. Maybe somebody else did because it looks like it's been moved. It looks like it was actually in that spot at one time, but there's a vertebrae sitting right there. It's whole, beat up a little bit, but that's a nice vertebrae. Of course, there's naturally better ones out here than this, but this one is really good. Decent size shape and everything. Just sitting right there on top. So when you come out here, you never know. You never know. You've been looked over a bunch of times, even by myself, but you're going to find things if you're keep looking and you know what you're looking for. So I'll add this to the collection, and we'll go over everything when I finish up here. So nice find. Okay, we're still looking around. Still heading back to the vehicle, and I'm just kind of scouring through all this stuff and everything, taking a look around, and what do you think that is right there? And it looks intact. Kind of don't want to touch it because I don't normally find them intact because you got the point on it, but we're going to pull that out of there and take a look at it. That is in really great shape. Still got the point on it. This piece is a little worn down, but other than that, that thing looks really good. Wow. Finding some nice stuff. Just sitting there on top. This might have been underwater before when it was raining and afterwards, and just people haven't been able to look at it yet. So, lucky me. I'm happen to walk by and take a look down and happen to see it. So, add that to the collection for today. Hey everyone, I finally am finishing up this video here when I went out last week, and I was waiting to get so I can get some confirmation on a couple of pieces of bone that I was not sure about. So let's go ahead and go through this. So we got our gastropod steinkerns, which are the inner molds of the snail shells themselves. This is actually a really cool clam. You don't find both sides normally. So able to find both sides. Pretty happy with that one. When we were at the beach last week, or this week, excuse me, they gave me a good idea. Even at the beach, trying to find a whole clamshell is pretty tough. So this is an ammonite with some nice suture patterns on it. Went ahead and picked this one up. Then we have the broken fish vertebrae. I must say that's a good sized fish, wherever it came from. It's really beat up. I have to do some work. I cleaned it up a little bit. Not really going to dig inside there. As you can see, it's kind of cracked, so it might ruin it or get it to crack a little bit more. So I'll just stabilize it with some Elmer's glue and some water. So we had a lot of bones found that day, a lot of different pieces and so forth, and we'll just kind of go through those real quick. Just a regular piece of a bone there, nothing too special. That right there is also just another piece of a bone, this one here. You can see definitely a bone, there's no doubt about that one. So then you have just another piece of bone that's kind of beat up and so forth. This was one of the things I was waiting on. This is actually, they came back and said it was a turtle vertebrae. Looking at some of the pictures online, it definitely resembles one, so I guess that's what we're going to go ahead and label that one. This is the other one I was waiting for online to see if anybody could identify it. There's some questions initially whether it was bone or not, but it's definitely bone. So they want me to post some better pictures, and in the future maybe I'll get an update on that and let you guys know what that is. So just some broken vertebrae. There's actually 3 of them. There's one there, one here, and one here. Sorry, that one. So they're pretty beat up, you know. I'm still happy to find them. I mean, that river's been pretty picked over. This is actually a part of a jaw. You can see the tooth coming up right there. I'm not sure what animal or species it came from. God, it kind of resembles a canine of some sort, so who knows. Then we did find this baculite piece. It's in pretty good shape, pretty good size one. Got some nice detail on it and so forth. And then, if you remember correctly, I got the cow vertebrae that I pulled out of the dirt, and this is just to give you an idea of the size of that thing. So it's nice to have a comparison to the other vertebrae that I have to get a size comparison. But mammals tend to have much larger vertebrae sometimes than the species that are found in the ocean. So, but that's pretty much a wrap up for that. I am still working on this one. I've done some cleanup on it so far. It's slow going. It's very hard material. I want to make sure I don't ruin anything. And I'll keep everybody posted on that. But it's got some really cool oysters on it. It's got some nice suture marks on it. It's got the ribbing on it. So it's coming out. Just taking some time to get it done. Well, thanks for watching. Please hit the subscribe button. Would really enjoy you doing that. And I will have another video I'm getting ready to record. Went out this week and found some more stuff. So hoping for some rain so it'll turn that river up some. But please hit the like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.